Super. Alright. Chapter 3. I actually don't remember if we started the trial or not. Let's find out. Were we in the trial? We were. What's the last thing that happened? Several people screamed for a long time. Oh, that's right. Okay, we had established that it was weird that Juniper was not only the witness in the case, or no, she was the victim. She was the person who was on trial, right? But at the same time, she was also in charge of the audio for the trial and would sometimes leave to go into the audio room. So that's going to become a thing. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like Dirty Rotten. Your baldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case. But the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes? Apollo, what are we going to do? I've got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente. I've been trying to think of something too, but I'm drawing a big blank too. Poor Junie. Unless we figure something out, she'll be... Objection. Objection. Well... I object to... Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. He's putting it right in his stream title. And eating his bow. Alright. Listen, and you will hear my secret behind my perfect crime. Perfect crime? Alright, so at the last moment he's decided he's going to confess again, for real this time though, but not for real. Still not for real. Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yes. Yes, we did. This had better not be another one of his enraging traps. The murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor. You already confessed yesterday, and then totally recanted your confession. As if you mouth-breathers could comprehend my genius. The ends justifies the means. Now, bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect. He's gonna do a puzzle game on the stand. Enough. The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. That's a good word. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. Ah. There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi, for you were at the mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act. Hugh doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat. Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. Hugh's confession. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me, or does the witness's testimony make no sense at all? No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double. Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution? Your baldness. Summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark raving mad. Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict. You people don't believe me. It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more along the lines of questioning your sanity. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Shut your pie holes. The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this? Breaking that fourth wall. Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So how about we give Widget a try? Well, this is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session. Your better judgment? I'm a judge, and it's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. I'm going to allow this. Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objection. Prosecutor Blackwell? The prosecutor said, rubbish, we will be out on a stroll, and then left with Detective Fulbright. Inmates are allowed to do that, you know. Convicted murder, you can still go for a walkie whenever you want. How does he get away with stuff like that? Good question. I don't think Hawks usually do that. Then I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. All right, Miss Sykes, you may now proceed with your therapy session. I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. And now, psychology. There it is! It's the Blackened from Danganronpa. There's the culprit. You won't believe this, but I used a body double, Happy. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. I don't get it. His confession is overflowing with happiness. Maybe he enjoys thinking how us mouth breathers can't comprehend his genius. But this goes way beyond normal happiness. He seems to take an insane level of delight in his confession. Even a normal level of delight would be weird for a confession. Then again, he's not what I'd call normal. Hugh, why are you confessing? Who is this really for? I feel like that's the key to his out-of-control emotion. Hey, usurp! Yeah, look at how huge this happy is. It reaches all the way out to here. So does it go down at some point? Maybe. Let's find out. So, like, does it not matter where we... So the little hint afterwards is we have to figure out why, like, who is he doing this for? That'll be the key. I don't know. I don't know what, well, I'm just gonna hit it. I'll just hit this one. Okay, that was it apparently. I don't understand why it doesn't make sense. Oh, that's why, because he claims he doesn't care about her anymore. He did say that yesterday. Very well. Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Ms. Woods anymore. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court. His secret? Oh, the bribe. She wanted nothing to do with me because I had disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing, and one thing only, the truth. Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much so that it overshadowed all of your other emotions. What are you... I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. So Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper? Yes, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. But that means his confession is... Is that gonna be Phoenix? Finally figured out the obvious, have we? Nope, Blackwell is back. Why, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? Gah! Why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes. Yes, I do. But if you think I didn't, then prove it. Ha! Either we quit here and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice, but first let me update his testimony. Alright. Happy and surprised. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose, my body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. The room at campus. In short, I'm the killer. Nice. Sad. Juniper's innocent. Okay, so is it that he stopped being happy for... Yes. Because I guess during this testimony he thought about how he... Did he win or lose? I don't even remember. Hey, Spiky. Yeah, 2,000 instances total puts the Mentor Roulette achievement into perspective. I could see that. And welcome to the stream. I didn't almost lose, you say. Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement. Arg! You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it... No, don't. Stop making stuff up. Allow me to amend my testimony. When I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict. So you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose? Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. Discount Harry Potter? Does he look... Oh, I guess the glasses, right? Maybe. I didn't think Harry Potter was quite so tall. I also didn't think that he ate archery equipment. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall, behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came and went through the doors there.
Objection!
Psych, Dono. How much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it's true that none in the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. Okay. That means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. From there to there. Okay. And these people right here. Let's not forget them. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. He is a goner. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead by then. That can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence. What does this look like? Yeah, that seems too obvious, but I'm gonna present it. Okay. I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll just have to follow it and see where this takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really? I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty. But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But that would make him the killer. But if you left the lecture hall during his pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat, addressing the students and faculty. No, this can't be right. My noise levels, they're decreasing, or something. You do no one any favor by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in that left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. It doesn't seem like he's lying this time. He did say we have to believe him. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again, but this time, don't spare any details. You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. He doesn't seem like he's lying. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. The second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious. I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you'd said something you shouldn't have. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see. Mr. O'Connor, it's you who's revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. Ugh, you're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be? You said that you went through the empty audio control room, but that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room, it was me. I was there.
Take that!
I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean Ms. Woods was roaming around the campus. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Ms. Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her. Juniper's innocent. That's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the ends justify the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies. I'm admitting this on the witness stand. Hugh's heart won't hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony? I fear nothing now that I have lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict. Yeah! Ah, he broke out of his shackles again. I don't want to be the poor accountant down at the detention center. No, that's the problem. The accountant has been buying them in bulk. They have 1,000 handcuffs and they're very cheap. Hugh O'Connor, in deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow. Could you wait just one moment before you cut him down? Do not come between a samurai and his foe, Sykes. Eek! I never learned about this in law school. Sounds like a pretty bad law school to me. Didn't even bring up defending against sword attacks? Sheesh. Hope you get your money back. Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time. Very well. Golden Boy may live, for now. Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Ms. Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything. That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. But what does it matter anymore? I might as well tell you everything. This is, no doubt, news to you. But I am not, and never was, a genius. Sorry, but I already knew. Me too. And don't forget me. Though, in all fairness, it was pretty obvious. I thought he was a genius at first, but the stuff he said was crazy. Arg! No need to rub it in. Just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents were paying good money for my grades. You take that back. You unclip that. But that's bribery. So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea? All of my perfect scores were the product of cold hard cash, not genius. Even worse, when I confronted my parents about it over the phone. Juniper overheard me. Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. A perfect genius times 0. Hugh. Even so, I still wanted to make up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'd be a relief for her to see me locked away. If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday. So I thought if I did, it would help her. He wasn't trying to provoke us? It looks like we seriously misunderstood him in more ways than one. At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. If there were something that could help me prove that to Hugh... We even have proof of our friendship.
Yeah, as long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying them around.
I know. The sunflowers that all three of them wear in their hair. That's the proof of their friendship. What about that proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what it is. I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. It's a clock shaped like the Thinker. Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck. Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck, that's your proof of friendship, isn't it?
Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode?
In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship.
Oh, how very interesting. And chic.
If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to material objects. They can look to the proof they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he is pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two. It doesn't matter if I wear it, if those two... But they feel the same way, too. I know they wear their friendship band somewhere. Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may have also just told me that the others wear their... proof of friendship. I guess it's gonna be that, because he touches his... All we have to do is think back to their testimonies. Ready? Ms. Newman holds her arm when pressured. And Miss Woods inhales sunflower air. Friendship, of course, is always reciprocal. This is my reminder that other people love me. Unconditionally. I know Ms. Woods very well. She would never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. I'm glad that they didn't expect me to remember where the two of them touched when they're stressed. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad. Arg. Arg. Arga! Nice.
Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
How could you?
Hugh.
Ah.
Hey, Hugh.
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
Okay, but it is still a murder trial. I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body. I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading Zen and the art of mastering the bar exam, but I haven't read a single word.
Hmm? Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did.
Hugh. So, Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you? I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me.
Then am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession?
Yes.
I see no problem with this. A most roundabout trial. I much prefer the turnabout variety myself.
I'll be the turnabout.
Now, we are back to the fact that there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time.
So we're back to square one. Now I'm exhausted and depressed. It probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix. Huh? Does this mean?
Further resistance is futile. The time for a verdict is nigh.
Objection!
Please, wait.
What sort of devilry are you up to now?
What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right?
Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist?
Yes, we've found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout, but Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. Hugh is telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty, which now means there is one person unaccounted for. Bye-bye. Besides June, the only other person without a alibi during the mock trial is you, Trucy. Trucy Wright. Oh no, I messed up and hit the person next door. The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor? That's right. How many more times do I have to say it? So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial.
Silence. Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech?
Objection!
I know, and that's not in dispute here. Now, let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. It was... I guess? What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat. Wait. Are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder. Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it. What? Really? Wait a second. Mr. O'Connor, did you just say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you?
Phony? The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations.
Well, I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony? Wow, who could have seen this development? Only a genius. Only an actual genius who's not a fake genius. Only a genius whose parents didn't pay for his correct Phoenix Wright answers. The voice shouting, "You're a goner," as recorded on this tape, was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video.
Why, this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence.
Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence!
The seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by our dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. He said it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms.
Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for suspecting our client will be shattered. Let's check with Professor Means and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable.
That's enough, both of you. Now, here's my opinion on the matter. While the surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight, too, must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself.
I do not think it means what you think it means. There's too many meanses going on around here. I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today.
Do as you please. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record?
Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Hope's Peak Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this? Very well. If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Miss Sykes. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows this speech was pre-recorded.
All right, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh no. I'd forgotten how long and boring his speech was.
Wake me up once this is over.
Hey, no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult. You there, wake up, pay attention. Huh? Eek! I'm awake. Isn't that right, Your Honor?
Huh? What? Yeah, I'm awake too. Wide awake. See?
Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. Pure white lady... Wait, is that it? It's actually yellow? Pay attention and you may make a difference one day. Now, let the mock trial begin. That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears.
Listen, Sykes Dunno. If you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, Taka will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out.
Eek! But you were asleep the whole time.
Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech?
Could I please hear that last part again? Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. There! I've finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this? This man is playing Galaga. You thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. The professor said the pure white Lady Justice would be watching over them, but the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be. I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity. I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement. Oh, well, that's a shame on every count. Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb when compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he'd been present, unless he was just reading off of a speech he prepared before it had been. It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part. The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like? It was transformed into gold. It was a witch again. It was the Golden Witch. Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall. No, wait. There's got to be something that can prove the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again. It was only a little over 10 minutes. It felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was? How did you figure out how long it was? Easy, there's a timestamp on the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. The speech goes from the 10... Okay, we get it. Wait a second. I could swear I've seen this same interval of time listed among... What? $10 and 35 seconds? Where... Is that how much the clock was off by? No, the clock is off by 5 minutes. Alright, well, we'll just keep going. Damn it! Damn it! Maybe there's a way for me to show the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded. What is this numerical wizardry? Subtracting numbers from other numbers? You lost me. Did someone at some point, maybe it is, usually, whenever there's a thing they want you to present, they do, it's not, like, even though it helps a lot to remember what's happened in the case, usually there's something right in the description that, I mean, that could be different here. That seems to be the only thing that maybe somehow... Oh, is this it? Yeah, there we go. There, that's much better. And I don't remember ever looking at the description of that before. I would like the court to take a look at this. And this is? The voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client. Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication? We did, but what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there. Noise? Yes, the defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased. And what do you hope to prove by that? The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech? That would be exactly 10 o'clock. 10 whatever. Now let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 20:35. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone. Right, subtract... God, come on! Okay, 10 minutes, 35 seconds. Yes, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Right, 10 minutes, 35 seconds. The same as the 10 minutes, 35 seconds. I assume you all understand what this means. You might have to go over it again. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now. Slow down.
Silence.
You seem rather confident, considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers?
The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they've found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased.
The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we know what was originally there, and if it takes longer, then I guess it's too late. She has to be put to death immediately after the sentence is handed down. Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording by pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not going to get away with it. Not on my watch. Miss Sykes. She won't really be put to death. There's a trapdoor under the fire pit, of course. I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony. Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I had been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Stop! Uh-oh, the truth! This is it. He's writing the manga. Once it's written into a manga, you know it's true. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, she said... Okay. When I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
Oh my! So you're saying the defendant threatened you?
This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true. On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that the ends justifies the means. I don't believe you. When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent.
Her two friends? The witnesses?
She only has two friends. Correct. Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end.
You no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her, despite her threatening. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth, if they wished for victory in court. But alas, those days are over. Now, in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I'm so sick of hearing that phrase.
Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality.
That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it.
Why so silent, Sykes-Dono? Something the matter?
This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking.
Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify this situation.
No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. Alright, so suspicious of the fourth and fifth phrases. Or whatever. How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students.
Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder, and that she hadn't meant to threaten me.
Really? Please, do explain.
Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings.
Does the witness realize what he is saying?
Surely you must see the true meaning in my words. I am merely staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times.
Oh, wow, his way of thinking is really warped, but I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet. I wouldn't be so sure. Really? The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words.
It is a dark age in which we live, and there is much I would like to say on the matter.
You were trying to protect our client? Yeah, right. He'll say anything to pin the blame on Junie.
What a frightful look, I would ask, that you not glare at me so. I've nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go so far as to threaten me. That is why I'm protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student.
Liar! You're trying to pin the blame on her. How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't really what he's thinking?
You cannot possibly overturn my claims, so isn't it about time you admitted defeat? After all, if my unassailable logic is not truth, then what is?
If he thinks I'm going to give in to his pack of lies, he's got another thing coming. I'm going to find a hole in his story if it's the last thing I do. Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, all that made perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. He'll trip up on his own words yet. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. So they keep saying that. So is there something he gave us, or something that he has testified that showed that he was not trying to... What's the... that he would protect her. Was there something that he did? I mean, I guess there's... Yeah, it's this. Objection! So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods? Ha! That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor.